Love lifted on the cross for me, my Lord, my God, my salvation. Love lifted high to set me free, my Lord, my God, my salvation.
The first station, Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane. Then Jesus came with them to a place called Gethsemane, and he said to his disciples, "Sit here while I go over there and pray." He took along Peter and the 2 sons of Zebedee and began to feel sorrow and distress. Then he said to them, "My soul is sorrowful, even to death. Remain here and keep watch with me." He advanced a little and fell prostrate in prayer, saying, "My Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me, yet not as I will, but as you will." He said to Peter, "So you could not keep watch with me for 1 hour? Watch and pray that you may not undergo the test. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak."
Jesus, sometimes the commotion of my day-to-day life makes me feel far from you. Help me to stay awake when I most needed to be.
Love lifted on the cross for me, my Lord, my God, my salvation. Love lifted high to set me free, my Lord, my God, my salvation.
The second station, Jesus, betrayed by Judas, is arrested. Then while Jesus was still speaking, Judas, one of the 12, arrived, accompanied by a crowd with swords and clubs, who had come from the chief priests, the scribes, and the elders. His betrayer had arranged a signal with them, saying, "The man I shall kiss is the one. Arrest him and lead him away securely." He came and immediately went over to him and said, "Rabbi," and he kissed him. At this they laid hands on him and arrested him.
Jesus, your friend, a person who you trusted, who you shared with, who you hung out with, betrayed you to your death. That must have hurt you so much. Please, help me to be a faithful friend. And please, help me to start over when I am unfaithful.
Love lifted on the cross for me, my Lord, my God, my salvation. Love lifted high to set me free, my Lord, my God, my salvation.
The third station, Jesus is condemned by the Sanhedrin. When day came, the council of elders of the people met, both chief priests and scribes, and they brought him before their Sanhedrin. They said, "If you are the Messiah, tell us." But he replied to them, "If I tell you, you will not believe, and if I question, you will not respond. But from this time on, the Son of Man will be seated at the right hand of the power of God." They all asked, "Are you then the Son of God?" He replied to them, "You say that I am." They said, "What further need have we for testimony? We have heard it from his own mouth."
Jesus, the Sanhedrin condemned you for your beliefs and who they thought you were. Help me to have an open mind to those who may be different from myself.
Love lifted on the cross for me, my Lord, my God, my salvation. Love lifted high to set me free, my Lord, my God, my salvation.
The fourth station, Jesus is denied by Peter. Now Peter was sitting outside in the courtyard, and one of the maids came over to him and said, "You too were with Jesus the Galilean." But he denied it in front of everyone, saying, "I do not know what you are talking about." As he went out to the gate, another person saw him and said to those who were there, "This man was with Jesus the Nazarene." Again he denied it with an oath, "I do not know the man." A little later, the bystanders came over and said to Peter, "Surely you too are one of them. Even your speech gives you away." At that he began to curse and swear, "I do not know the man." And immediately a cock crowed. Then Peter remembered the word that Jesus had spoken, "Before the cock crows, you will deny me 3 times." He went out and began to weep bitterly.